Blonde brownies are one of my favorite treats. They're rich and decadent, and instead of using chocolate, they feature brown sugar. Now they say blondes have more fun, and while I definitely disagree with that statement, I do think blondies have more fun because of the complex add-ins like white chocolate, butterscotch, and nuts. Keep watching to learn how to make my maple butterscotch sea salt blondies. On Just Add Sugar, we're bringing you some of our favorite sugary recipes that are sure to tempt and delight any sweet tooth. So if you've ever had Applebee's maple butter blondies, this recipe is kind of similar. It's going to start by preheating your oven to 350 degrees. And then over here, I've already lined my 8x8 brownie pan with some parchment paper and sprayed it with some nonstick cooking spray. And as you can see, I made the parchment paper a little bit bigger just so that I can easily remove my blondies when I'm ready to enjoy them. Great. So over here, we're going to start by mixing our dry ingredients. So I have our flour, baking soda, baking powder, and our salt. Now take a look at this salt. It's nice and flaky. It's perfect for baking because it's going to give you that hint of salt without being too overpowering. So whisk that in. Awesome. And then we're just going to set it aside. And over here in a larger bowl, I'm going to start mixing in our melted butter, brown sugar, and this is one of my favorite parts about blondies, that nice, rich, caramelly brown sugar, 1 egg, and our vanilla. And for this recipe, we're using vanilla bean paste. It's almost like a syrup consistency. You know, if you enjoy baking, you really got to invest in the vanilla bean paste. You can even see the little specks of vanilla bean. The flavor is just so intense and it's really wonderful. All right, let's give this a good whisk. Then we're just going to slowly incorporate our flour mixture a little at a time. And this just helps the brownies to be nice and smooth. You know, the thing with brownie batter is that it's really thick, so it takes a little bit of muscle to get through it. Now we're gonna add in our nuts. We're using pecans, but you could also use walnuts. But I think the pecans just have a really complementary flavor to the maple sauce that we're gonna be putting on the blondies later. And then our white chocolate chips and butterscotch morsels. And we're using the same amount for the white chocolate and the butterscotch. So it's not going to be too butterscotchy, it's actually going to be really caramelly, which tastes delicious. All right, let's fold this in nice and even. So you really want to get the butterscotch and the white chocolate and the nuts in every single bite. Now I'm just going to pour this into our prepared pan and use your spatula to make it nice and even. It's a good thing that this recipe only makes one 8x8 because if it didn't, I would be eating blondies for days. Now I'm just going to put this into the oven and allow it to bake for about 20 minutes or until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. While our blondies are baking, I'm going to show you how to make a simple maple sauce. I already have some butter melting over here. I'm just going to whisk in a little bit of cream cheese, melt it in there, get it nice and smooth. Now, you could certainly eat these blondies without a maple sauce. They're sweet already, but I think that that maple sauce just pulls in all those flavors together, and it's really good when you make them a la mode. Once your cream cheese is melted in, I'm gonna slowly whisk in our powdered sugar a little bit at a time, because you want this sauce to be nice and smooth. So you're just gonna work out any of those lumps with the whisk. And make sure that you're keeping the heat on a medium to low heat, because you don't want the butter to burn. And once that's nice and smooth, I'm going to slowly whisk in our maple syrup. If you can, get the pure maple syrup. The flavor is just so delicious, and it's really going to make this sauce taste just like maple. Ah, look how good that looks. We're pretty much making a maple gravy, so the consistency should be a little bit thicker than a sauce, but not too heavy. And if you want to thin it out a little bit, just add a little bit of maple syrup, a tablespoon at a time. Take a look at our blondie. It looks so good. I'm so glad that I used that parchment paper. I had no problem getting it out of the pan. So when you're ready to serve your blondie, you're just gonna cut it into 2x2 squares. So start by cutting it in half, and then in half again. Oh my gosh, these are so awesome. I love serving these at dinner parties with a little bit of vanilla bean ice cream and then the warm maple sauce. But this sauce is so good, you don't even need the ice cream. Ah. Look at that yummy maple color. I cannot wait to try them. These blondies are a guaranteed crowd pleaser. They're so rich and so decadent. You've got to make these. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Brandi. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Popsugar Girls Guide, and let me know in the comment box below what your favorite brownie or blondie is to make. We'll see you next time on Popsugar. Bye!